is what you doing align with who you are, right? Your values. So most people, you can make money, but you may be doing something that don't spiritually fulfill you at all, so you become depressed because you unaligned with yourself.
Facts.
Right? Then you have sociological level, which is environment again. The people you around. Like, oftentimes when you start making changes, it's the people that are around you that start to make you feel like perhaps I shouldn't be doing this because they not changing too.
Right.
But then you realize that you don't make change for others, you make change for self. Right? So because they not changing, that's not a bad thing per se, because each person has to go at their speed.
Right.
Like, you can motivate a person with words, but you inspire a person with actions. Right? Even when you speak, and if I tell you about a story that sound good, that's motivation. I'm trying to give you a motive to do something. But if I'm telling you about what I did, or if I'm leading by an example, that's inspirational. You understand me? Then I'm telling you how I did it. That's education.
Sun don't stop for nobody, man. Sun don't fucking stop. Sun gonna be up in the morning regardless. That sun is gonna be up in the morning regardless of how I fucking feel and how depressed I am. The sun is gonna fucking shine in the morning, and at nighttime the moon gonna be there, and you gonna look up. These days gonna keep going by. So do you let the days go by and look up and you done wasted a year doing what? Or do you just pick it up? All right, well, gotta figure it out. Made some mistakes. Life goes on. Let me figure out life from this point. I'm a life goes on type of guy.
It's like, don't listen to anyone. Everybody's scared. Everyone tells you how things worked out, but it worked out for you that way. And so don't listen to anyone because their experience is unique to who they are. You know what I mean? And then a lot of people will try to put their fears on you. You can't do that. No, you can't do it. You know what I'm saying? So they just projecting. They're putting things that they don't believe that they can do on you. And you may possibly can do it.
A lot of people, they have vision, they have dreams and shit, but they don't put up no percentage or no effort trying to make that shit come to life. It's just like you being a workaholic, bro. It's like it ain't no telling where you end up in life. You know what I mean? Like, you a workaholic and can't shit stop you and slow you down from getting your work done. It ain't no telling what you be in life. You know what I mean? And don't let your environment determine or control what you're gonna be when you grow.
Facts.
Life, like my pops told me, time is the measurement of motion. You run out of moves, you run out of time, and only dead men don't move. So you got to find something to do every day. Like,
when you see men fall, don't laugh. Learn. Learn. Because you're on your way up. And the things that tempt people to fall, you and I are not free from that temptation, nor from the weakness that will cause us to stumble and fall. When you laugh at somebody else's fall, white or black, rich or poor, your enemy or your friend, you are laughing and opening a way for your own demise when you do that. Because to laugh and not learn, to make mockery and not to understand, is to make the same mistake yourself.
And if I can leave you with anything, I want to leave you with this. Hear me clearly when I say this. There are people who come in your life sometimes to be there for a season. They weren't meant to be there always. Sometimes we find ourselves hooked up with people that we think are there for a lifetime, but they were only supposed to be there for a season. There are people who come in your life like boosters for a rocket. If you ever watch a rocket go into space, the boosters fall off when it reaches a certain altitude. Some people are not equipped to handle the altitudes that you're going to. So don't be afraid when they fall off. They're not bad people. They just couldn't go where you're going.
Is it that simple?
God is great. Don't get no simpler than that, bro.
Did you know that? I mean, everybody knows that, but the way you know it now, did you know it before that incident took place?
You can know it all you want, but until you got to pick up that cross that you can't carry, and he picks it up for you and carries you and the cross, then you know.
People, it's like you knew. You got to prove yourself and all that shit. Me, I ain't had to prove myself to how I felt. It's like I felt like I had to everybody else, I would prove myself, but to me, it's like I was just waiting like, damn, watch how they face turn, and goddamn when I flip this shit and I get hot and do this and do that, because I knew I was going to get myself hot. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like 100% knew it.
How'd you know it, and how were you able to execute on that?
it's like I ain't scared, bro, and I love the hustle. I love the adrenaline. I love the feeling of putting a play together and like going all the way through with it and smiling at the end because it did more than what you even had thought and expected the shit to do.
Mm-hmm.
Know what I'm saying? And with any play you execute and you do that on, it's like it's gonna be success. I don't care what it is. I don't care who you is. It's like you do it right, it's gonna get done right.
It might just be you and God for a season. Don't worry, soon enough everybody will see what God saw. But can you be okay if nobody knows it but you and God? Nobody knows how talented I am. That's all right, let them sleep. Nobody knows how gifted I am. That's all right, let them sleep. Because you're not ready for it to be exposed anyway. But God will sit you in the room to give you a preview of what the room feels like before the room knows that it's you. Because I want you to see the character of all the people who are going to be around you before they know that you're king. Because when they find out you're king, they may want something from you. I want you to see everyone properly. So I'm going to sit you in the room, but the room's not going to know who you are. I don't know if you've ever had an encounter with someone who didn't really know who you were until they knew who you were.
And most people don't have a vision, so they don't have nowhere that they see themselves in the future.
The foresight.
Right. So for me, it's about evolution. Like people ask me where you going to be in 10 years, 20 years, 30 years, right? You know, it's your plans and it's God plans. I just try to line mine up with God as much as possible, but I'm always thinking, what's my next vision? Because as soon as I'm doing something else, I'm not about to be relishing on the past. I can't relive the past besides nowhere in my memories, right? So instead, what am I doing next? Like I got to constantly feed my vision and my imagination with an idea, and I can't do nothing without a vision. Like if we want to collaborate and do something, you got to give me time to see it. I got to see it fully, and then that's going to activate me to where I'm up and I'm ready to go at it. But until I get that vision, I can't make a move. So it's like your vision could be long-term, or what I'm doing for the next 2 years, or it can be what I'm about to do for the next few months. So I live life in cycles. You understand me?
Y'all niggas rather be more famous than rich. I ain't never lived my life trying to be famous at all. I don't give a fuck about that shit. We trying to get this motherfucking money, stack these coins. Motherfucking, my mama got a motherfucking gamble every week. That's what the fuck she want to do, and that's what I'm doing this shit for. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, this shit is like, I'm doing this shit so I can do what the fuck I want to do, and everybody around me can do what the fuck they want to do. Like, that's just it. If they can't do that, then I don't need to be doing this. I could go do some more other shit. These motherfuckers is supposed to be trillionaires, millionaires, crying about stupid shit. We supposed to be living.
It's like I'm a hustler, you know what I'm saying? I know that I can leave out this building and go stir up some more shit and make y'all want to, like, give me even more, up the value. You know what I mean? Like, I just always been a person that I'ma always gamble big on myself. That's just how I was raised, like, gamble big and win even bigger.
Exactly.